these struggles of like, okay, we're growing cannabis for these people, but actually they're supposed to be touching their own plants, and all this ubiquitous language that was built into the program that really made everything very frustrating and very hard. And then on top of that, the Narcotics Enforcement Division had all the addresses for where everybody was growing, and they used those pretty unprofessionally, I guess you would say, by coming in and doing targeted, inspections, not telling anybody their laws or rules about, search warrants and stuff like that. So it was pretty hectic, and even doctors were being antagonized by the Narcotics Enforcement Division. So it was a pretty bad thing back in those days.
I was going to say, before the law even went in place, cannabis, I can remember being in Hawaii years ago before the law was passed, and it was pretty readily available in lots of different places. As a matter of fact, you guys had some really good bud out there.
Yeah, and I would say, that's, a couple of things that probably a lot of people don't know about Hawaii is that, there were a lot of the Vietnam vets and military people came back to Hawaii in the 60s with really good cannabis weed and seeds, and surfers as well came over, and that was the whole push. And yes, there was local legacy growers all over the place. And even places like Puna on Big Island in the 70s were actively had commerce with cannabis and had stores, car dealerships, everything was going beautiful. And then, when a presidential shift with Ronald Reagan came in, and he really, his war on drugs was really how he looked at it. Cannabis was this bad thing. And that's where Operation Green Harvest started happening. And, you had locals eradicating locals' cannabis and really just shutting down the whole program. Yes, where, I would say the top of the government really wasn't a big cannabis fans, but the locals here were born and raised on cannabis, and